Hello, everybody. My name is Harold Games, and welcome to episode number 8 of my NCAA Basketball Imperialism series. Hope you guys have enjoyed the first 7 videos. I've seen a decent amount of views on those videos, and I'm happy my videos are getting out there. But at the same time, I want to keep making sure I shout out the legend NattyKash for giving me the inspiration to record these videos. Here is his channel right here. Yeah, this is his series. I don't believe he's uploaded anything else for Imperialism, no. But I'm happy to shout him out and happy that he inspired me to really get get this series going. So yeah, he is my inspiration for the series. And also, real quick before I start the explanation, his channel will be in the description down below. That way you can check out his series and see what's different between the two. So yeah, but real quick example. Let's say I spin this wheel right here and it lands on North Dakota State. And I spin this arrow right here and it goes south. Then the North Dakota State would attack the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State, meaning that if North Dakota State wins, they not only keep their land, but they get to expand onto the Jackrabbits' land, and the Jackrabbits will be eliminated from the wheel and from Imperialism. If the Jackrabbits win, then they defended their land successfully, and they get to take over North Dakota State's land, and North Dakota State will be eliminated from the tournament. So that is how it'll go. And all games, since I really don't have the software to simulate games like on a PlayStation for a college basketball game, I will use this college basketball simulator. It also has a lot of other simulators on it that I am definitely going to do Imperialism, like all 4 major sports: college basketball, football, NBA, NFL, MLB. They don't have NHL, but that is okay. So yeah, but let's get right into this. I'm going to spin the wheel for the first team that will be attacking. It is Florida Atlantic Owls, FAU. And the Owls, they are down here. And really, they can only go west or north. So they can only play against Stetson or the Bulls. And if the Bulls play them and if the Bulls win, then they can really take over South Florida like they have been doing all along. So, basically, we will spin this arrow. Where will it land? It will be southwest, which is going to hit the Bulls. So, Florida Atlantic against the USF Bulls. A good start early because one team could lose their land or expand on it. Oh, basically, we go, if I can remember my ABCs correctly, we go to Florida Atlantic for home team. The attacking team, that's a little bit different. The attacking team will get home court advantage, and the defending team will have to defend their land on the road. It's a little bit different than NattyKash, I believe, but it's how I'm doing my rules. So here we go. South Florida, home court advantage. We had submit, and the winner of the first game is going to be FAU by quite a lot. So Florida Atlantic will pick up a decent amount of land, and USF's time in the tournament comes to an end. It wasn't really close after Florida Atlantic took over, and then bang. And then, like I said, like what's happening for most teams, when you get in this bad scoring drought, you're bound to lose. And for simulations, Florida Atlantic won most of those simulations. So basically what we'll do, we will color this. Or sorry, not that, because Florida Atlantic won. And basically we will outline the Bulls territory with Florida Atlantic territory. And then we will fill in with Florida Atlantic territory. This is the tedious part, and like I said, I'm not editing these videos. These videos are all going to be unedited. That way, that way you guys can see the amount of work that we have to do for these videos. Also, if you hear background noise like birds, those are my two parakeets. I don't have my headset with me, like I've mentioned before. So, if you hear the birds that you hear in the background are my parakeets. So, I'm using my tablet's microphone, internal microphone, record. So, yeah. So, if you hear some exterior noise, and that is why. And apologies, but I'm working with what I can. So basically, you just got to fill this in. Because every part of Key West is now Florida Atlantic land. There we go. There's the outline. And then basically, what we will do is we will just expand this marker and we will fill in this green. So, Bulls logo is gone. The Owls will reign on, superior over the Bulls in the Battle of South Florida. So all of South Florida is now controlled by, and parts of the coast, West Coast, are controlled by the Owls now. We will see if the Gators, who have played before, they upset, or they didn't really upset, but they beat Florida State. Really gain those rival points over Florida State. So yeah. So congratulations to Florida Atlantic. For Bulls, apologies, but your run is done. There we go. Owls have taken control. So basically what we'll do is we'll go to the wheel. Florida Atlantic survives. We go to USF unless they are listed under an S, which they aren't. So hopefully they're listed in USF. And it does not look like they are. So if I end up finding, because another thing is there's more like 135, 140 teams left, but one of the episodes, I think it was episode 4, I mentioned that my wheel didn't save. I didn't save my wheel, but I have been saving my wheel now, so there's so that's why it's staying safe. It looks like the Bulls are not in here. Interesting. This wheel doesn't have everything. It's a wheel that I got online, and so let's see the UC Irvine Anteaters. Gonna have to look up what this logo looks like. Also, ignore all this crap that is in the background. Okay, so I know that team actually. So UC Irvine will go over here. There they are. They've actually controlled a decent amount of land. So basically, the only way they can go based off the logo is San Diego State, University of California, Santa Barbara, the Gauchos, or Fresno State. So we will see where they can go. Go to the wheel, and they will go north-northwest, which from the logo, that is probably going to hit the tip of the Gauchos' land. So we're going to have UC Irvine against the Gauchos. Which hopefully UC Irvine is on here. I believe they are. But we do have to check, and they are. So UC Irvine run up against UCSB. Oops, not UC San Diego. UC Santa Barbara. There we go. Home court advantage, yes. And let's go on. And the winner is the Gauchos. So the Gauchos get a decent chunk of land, and it was UC. The Gauchos, it was a close battle, but then they really took off with it. They got on a huge run. They only won by 4 at them because they had a scoring drought as UC Irvine came close, but still a good game. And only 62 times the Gauchos won, but they got the simulation on their side for this time. So the Gauchos not only keep their land, but they will expand on UC Irvine's land, which that's a decent amount of land to expand on. So congratulations to the Gauchos. Apologies to UC Irvine, but your run has come and went just like that. And that's the beauty of imperialism. When you expand, you give yourself more of a target on your back, and the Gauchos, they've expanded a little bit, but they are expanding a lot more with this victory over the Anteaters. So congratulations to Gauchos once again. You move on, and your land is getting a decent amount bigger down in South California. Also, I will expand logos when I feel like they control a good chunk of land where they can expand, and we are basing location. We are basing where the arrow points. We are basing it off of the center of the logo where they will attack. So center of the logo, northwest. That would have just hit the tip of the Gauchos' land. So that is why the Gauchos got matched up with UC Irvine. So. And the Gauchos also pick up these little chunks of land right here. These little islands. So we will slightly enlarge the color or the blue. That way we can fill in properly this land. Once again, congratulations to the Gauchos for moving on. And another cool thing about imperialism is learning new teams that you've never heard of before. I consider myself a decent college basketball fan, but I'm not like the biggest college basketball fan outside of the Big Ten. So I know where all Big Ten teams are, but I don't know where a lot of teams, small schools are, unless they're football teams. Like I didn't know I didn't know who the Gauchos were. I completely screwed up a part in the last couple episodes that UCLA wasn't on the map, and I considered UCLA on the map, which I believe it was UC Riverside's logo. So that was my fault. But yeah. So you can see how tedious it is for filling in the paint, but that's part of imperialism. Unedited work. So there we go. Gaucho's land expands. We will get rid of UC Irvine Anteaters, and we will continue on. And the Quinnipiac Bobcats, that's a team that I'm going to have to look up because I have no idea where the heck they are. Oh, it comes up right away. I want to. Oh. I'm assuming this is a New England team. Yale, yeah. Connecticut. Right, just north of New Haven University. There they are, I see them. Next to some decent teams. Next to New Haven. Next to UConn. Hartford. This team. They can't, so they are sandwiched, so they are gonna definitely play against someone, potentially UConn. If they play against UConn, and that'll be a huge team. But here we go. They can attack in any direction, and they're going southwest, which from the center of the logo, that will end up hitting New Haven from the center of the logo, southwest. So, New Haven against Quinnipiac. I butchered that name for Quinnipiac, but it's okay. Hopefully they are on here. Yep, they are. It's New Haven. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does not look like New Haven is on here. So whenever New Haven is or whenever a team is not in this simulation, which has happened a few times, we have to go based off of their record. So this is the unfortunate part because we could have gotten a good game potentially. Basically, we got to look up the basketball logo or basketball team. So it looks like they won 20-12. They lost to Marist the last game. And now we got to look up New Haven basketball. See what they did. New Haven Chargers. That is not what I'm looking for. That is not the team that I'm looking for. They went to the Elite Eight? What? That has to be like a Division II team. Okay, so New Haven Bulldogs? Okay, we gotta look up what this team is again. Oh, Yale, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. That is my fault. Oh my gosh. That is my fault. I'm sorry. Sorry, Yale. Oh my gosh. They still win, but man, I apologize. It was only by 3. That was a good game. But I apologize about that for all the Yale fans. So, 3-point win for Quinnipiac. Actually led the entire way. Was tied at some point, but they still never went down. Actually, they went down in the beginning by 1 point, but they immediately got off to a run after that. So Quinnipiac, they will move on and they will expand slightly. This is a small piece of land that they get to expand on. So congrats to them. Apologies to Yale fans for not only getting eliminated early, but me butchering their logo. That is my fault completely. So again, apologies about that. Yeah, apologies. That was not intended. Not intended. Also, if you hear like a vibration noise in the background, that's my phone. March Madness is going on right now, so I'm getting a lot of updates. Also, if anyone sees this video, I wonder who you want to win the March Madness. But there you go. Quinnipiac moves on. Again, I'm probably butchering that name. They move on, and Yale. Sorry for butchering everything. Gone. Next team to play is going to be Winthrop, and we have seen Winthrop already expand. Let me find them. Here's south. That's right. They're a little bit further south. They're down here. Here's Winthrop. So, like I said, we're basing off the center of the logo so they can attack Davidson, Charlotte, South Carolina, Wofford, and then Presbyterian. They can technically attack Coastal Carolina too. Depends on. Let me make sure that is Winthrop. I'm pretty sure it is. I just Winthrop. Yeah, just making sure. But I've seen that team logo before, so where will Winthrop be attacking? If they could attack South Carolina and successfully attack it, they won't, but that would have been cool. Northeast, which that is going to be Charlotte. So the Charlotte 49ers going up against Winthrop in this game. So Winthrop, this is an easy name because it's a W. That's the wrong way. No, that's the right way. ABC's Harold. Winthrop going up against Charlotte. I'll scroll all the way up for this one. Charlotte, they have to be in here. Yeah, Charlotte, there we go. And there we go. And Charlotte does win, and they will take over Winthrop's land that they took over. It was kind of close, but then again, the scoring drops for Winthrop wasn't that bad of a loss, but still, you have lost your land. Charlotte actually won 6 out of 7 simulations. So Charlotte, congratulations! You will expand your land after one game. For Winthrop, apologies, but you are done after this one. Not done after one because you did expand once, but unfortunately, we're gonna have a little green on green action there. So we're gonna have to do our budget border drawing. Make sure that not that I don't get confused. So what we'll do is we will draw a little black border right here. There we go. That way, no confusion is made on those colors, on what land is what. That is a small piece of land, though. So congrats to Charlotte, the 49ers, for advancing. Apologies to Winthrop for going out after just 2 opportunities. But when you're in a region with a lot of teams, it's going to be a lot of land switching from back and forth between teams because there's no powerhouse teams in these regions at times. And then also real quick, the winning team of this entire series, I will buy their T-shirts of that team off of Amazon. But Charlotte, congratulations, you move on. For Winthrop, you are done after 2. Go back to the Spiel winner, remove Winthrop, and there we go. Next team to attack will be Rutgers, Scarlet Knights. This is another Big Ten team. I do not believe they've attacked before. Based off of no awkward colors, no awkward drawings, I believe they have not expanded yet. So they could play against Penn. They could kind of play against Temple. Well, no, they can't play against Temple. Sorry, this Riders team is in the way. They could play against New Jersey Institute of Technology, this green team. They could technically play against Iona. So we will see where Rutgers will be attacking. They will be going north-northwest, which that's going to be New Jersey Institute of Technology. So hold on, we'll kind of like that. The center of the logo, kind of like that. I still think that is hitting NJIT. So Rutgers against NJIT in another small school, big school battle. Rutgers, here they are. Assuming they are going to be labeled NJIT in here, but they could be New Jersey Institute of Technology. Who knows? Hopefully they're just labeled NJIT. Yep, they are. Alrighty. Home court advantage for the Scarlet Knights. Big Ten team. Will we lose a Big Ten team? No. Rutgers handles it easy. A 29-point victory. Sorry, a 19-point victory, not a 29-point victory. JIT, they actually got to the lead. It was an 8-2 lead, but then they just kind of had scoring droughts. They got the lead back again, but they did not score for a very long time as Rutgers took over. Actually only scored 3 points. I don't know how that long. It's probably about 7-8 minutes. But Rutgers, they will expand slightly north to take over New Jersey Institute of Technology's land. We're actually going to shrink this a little bit. I can get a proper border. It's a little pixelated, but that's how it's going to have to be for this. So Rutgers is now in Iona territory. Now we could expand this a little bit. Just get rid of this land. It's not big, not that big of an expansion, but you have to start from somewhere. And when you're in this region, you're gonna not get a lot of land to start. And I'm excited to see who comes away with all this land in this region. Because it could be anybody's land. We've seen some expansions already. There's a lot of expansions, but still, there's a lot of teams that have yet to play. So we will get rid of NJIT if they are in this wheel. Which doesn't look like it is. So we'll spin the wheel again. And it will land on Wake Forest? No, Villanova. The Wildcats. There they are. Small piece of land, but here they are, going back up into this region. They could play against the Nittany Lions of Penn State. We will see. They could play against the University of Delaware. We will see where they expand. They will be expanding to the northeast, so that is not Penn State. Instead, that is this Riders team, so I'm going to have to look up what that team is, and I apologize, but I'll look up where Villanova is on here. It took that long for it to register. I want to see what this Riders team is. Here we go, Rider. Is it just Rider? So it is just Rider. Okay. So Villanova against Rider. So we'll go right here. Villanova, and this is at the bottom. Villanova against Rider. Another big school versus small school situation. So gotta assume this is gonna go in favor of Villanova. Rider, court advantage, especially with the home court advantage. And the winner is Villanova by 25. And you can see they never lost. It was close at one point. Right here is like a 5-point game. And again, right here is like a 14-point game. But then it just took off. Scoring droughts. Ryder never won in the simulations that they did. So Villanova, congrats to you. You will expand slightly. You'll expand your land slightly up to the northeast. And you do get in next to Rutgers, so Rutgers will have to be careful. There we go. We just fill in the rest of this. So congrats to Villanova. Sorry to Rider fans. But you are gone after one. Villanova is expanding their territory. And we're slowly seeing less and less teams in this New England region. And that's good. Because that means not only are we getting closer to finding out who will win Imperialism, but it'll make it easier to read the map as a whole. So Villanova, they expand. And we got to get rid of Rider if they are on here. Here we go. Rice, Rutgers. Nope, Rider is not on here, so we will just continue on the spin. And we have the Ohio Bobcats. So we got a bigger school attacking. We know where they are. They are right here. That's actually a decent amount of land for Ohio. They could play against Ohio State. We could get another Big Ten matchup, but who knows? And they will be attacking to the east-northeast. Which from the center of the logo, that is going to be against West Virginia. So this is a chance for one of the two teams to really start expanding their empire right off the bat. So, Ohio against West Virginia. Ohio against, let me make sure that's West Virginia, just to make sure it is. Okay, just making sure. Don't want to assume anything. And it turns out I'm wrong. West Virginia submit. Ohio does have the home court advantage. Some action. And Maction wins. Ohio will win. It was actually a West Virginia lead by, 11? And then they faltered quite a bit at the end as Ohio started getting on a run, and they win by 3. It was a split, pretty much a split simulation, but Ohio will get the victory, and they will expand their empire to start off their reign to become imperialism winners. Congrats to Ohio. Apologies to West Virginia for going out after 1. Also, if you're watching this currently, or if you're watching this video currently, Maryland is beating West Virginia at halftime in the round of 64. But congratulations to Ohio. The Bobcats, they move on to continue their reign of imperialism. And this is a good chunk of land, but coming with that land is a target. So they'll have to be careful with their future matchups because they don't want to falter and lose all this land. They'll definitely want to try and keep this land to themselves. But West Virginia is gone after 1. Oops, I mean to draw over the logo, but a powerhouse is gone. Not really a powerhouse, but sneaky March team is gone. Seems like they always are sneaky in March. They're never good enough to win the tournament, but they are always sneaky. Their coach looks a little bit, can't remember his name now. Never mind. But Ohio wins. They'll move on. And West Virginia, they should be on the wheel. They are gone. They aren't on the wheel. So that's kind of disrespectful. But we will move on. We will move. And the Pitt Panthers, they will get some action today. And they could play against Ohio. Ohio could immediately lose that land that they just gained. And they will not. They'll be going further northwest, which will put them up against this team. That's going to be an interesting team to find. So let's first find Pitt. Here's Pitt. And it is Robert Morris. So Robert Morris against Pitt. Pittsburgh. And then Robert Morris. Robert Morris against Pitt. I'm assuming Pitt's going to take this one, but you never know. And Pitt does handily. They never were losing, so apologies to Robert Morris, but you had no chance to expand. And congratulations to Pitt. You are expanding pretty early on in the tournament. Or not early on, but you're expanding your land. Looks like we're gonna not quite. No, there's a color difference. Close up. But I will still draw a border because I don't want to mix up anything between these two teams. There we go. These like makeshift borders. Congratulations to Pitt. It was a cakewalk in your first opportunity to expand, which, like I said, it's going to happen a lot with these smaller schools, but seeing the smaller schools play against each other is pretty cool. So you can see smaller schools all of a sudden starting to get some land. But I'm waiting for when we will be able to get some teams that are in the Pacific Northwest, because we have not gotten. We only had 2 Pacific Northwest teams play. Gonzaga and Eastern Washington. I believe Gonzaga played. I can't remember. Maybe not, but Pitt will continue their reign. And I don't think Robert Morris is on here because the R's are very thin on this. No. So that's okay. It will continue the reign as Oregon State. There we go. Pacific Northwest. We finally get a Pacific Northwest team. And Oregon State. They could play against their rivals, Oregon. They could play against Portland State or Portland. Well, they can't. They can technically play against Portland if they go northwest, but Portland State is in their way. So it's either Portland State, Oregon, or Portland. But we will see where the arrow points them to attack. It is pretty much east, which that's going to get them up against Portland State. So the Beavers against Portland State. In a Pacific Northwest matchup, Oregon State against Portland State. Portland State. Portland Bible's on here. I'm surprised. But Oregon State, they do win by 5. So congrats to Oregon State. They expand. They were never losing. It was a close game all throughout, but they were never losing. So congrats to Portland or to Oregon State. They beat Portland State. It was a back and actually Portland State had more wins, but congratulations to the Beavers. I know there are quite a few Oregon State fans I know personally, so congratulations to them. Unfortunately for Portland State, they are unable to defend their lane in their first chance and only chance that they got. So, once again, congrats to Oregon State. You start to be in your empire expansion up in the Pacific Northwest in Oregon. Be exciting to see if they can beat Oregon University. If they can beat the Ducks. Because if they can beat the Ducks, then they really get bragging rights for Oregon as a whole. We'll slightly expand the thickness of the marker. Once again, congratulations to Oregon State for picking up this early victory. For Portland State, again, apologies, but couldn't hang with the big boys, unfortunately. So nice sea of orange to start for the Beavers. And because of their location, we will give them a logo expansion / location change. Because of their location. So the way I do that, I just do the select tool and then I just hover over the entire logo. Do that, and then we'll just move them right here. We'll adjust it a little bit. I think the size is good enough, and then all we'll do is we will just fill in this white area. Fill in this white area that's missing. That way there's no confusion. Because otherwise we would have a lot of white areas. So there we go. Oregon State expands. Portland State is off the wheel. I don't know if Portland State is going to be on here. They are on here. Portland State. On 167 teams left. continue, or less than that actually. And we have Northwestern, my team. They play today against Boise State. I'm really nervous, but they are my team. They are not in a good area. There's a lot of tough teams. So because of their region, they cannot play against Valpo or Notre Dame because of this water that's in the way. The only reason why they expanded into here is because part of Milwaukee's land was considered over here for some reason. So that's why there's a purple expansion. But it means they could be attacked easier because of that purple expansion. So they can only go north of Marquette, up here, which I believe is Green Bay, UIC, and Northern Illinois. They go against Marquette or Green Bay, I would be nervous, but hopefully we can get a good draw. We are going southwest, which will be the Huskies of Northern Illinois. They play in DeKalb. Hopefully we can pick up this win based off of last game. We barely beat Milwaukee. I think it was a 3-point victory. So please have a better win this time. And we do, a 17-point victory. We were down a bit, which is kind of funny. And we took it away, but thank goodness we move on and we start our reign of imperialism. Also, the Fighting Illini are gone. So haha, Purdue beat them. A little bit nervous though, because now we get closer to having to play them. So, but we will continue our expansion out into Western Illinois. Technically Northwestern Illinois. Haha. Funny pun. But yeah, a nice expansion for us. We will gladly take it. We kind of sandwich in UIC now. There we go. So sorry to the Huskies of Northern Illinois. You're not a bad. You're not. I love your logo. Basketball team's not the best though. So, but congratulations to Northwestern, my team. We will expand even further southwest. So we've gone north and we've gone southwest. Hopefully we can continue that expansion. Northwestern lives on to see another day. And Northern Illinois are done. Next wheel is going to be, looks like Iowa State, the Cyclones. They have expanded before. We will see if they can expand again. They have Minnesota to their north, Omaha to their northwest and westish, Crayon, Mizzou, Iowa, and Northern Iowa. So they have a lot of tough teams around them. Who will they be playing against? Northeast, which I think is UNI, and it is. So the Panthers and against the Cyclones. Battle of Iowa. Not really, but Missouri Valley Conference team going up against a tough Big Ten school. Who will expand, and it is Northern Iowa. An upset win, a 10-point victory over the Hawkeyes. 53 simulations were run, 45 won by Iowa, but this one will go to Northern Iowa. Apologies to Iowa fans. So that's another Big Ten school off the grid after losing to a Missouri Valley Conference team. Man. Oh no. No. I picked the wrong Iowa team. Thank goodness I picked that up. Apologies to Iowa fans. You're not eliminated. Don't worry. You're not eliminated. Iowa State, they beat Northern Iowa. So, Northern Iowa, sorry, you actually lose. But that's funny how an MVC team did beat a Big Ten team, but Iowa, they still survive. I apologize about that. But it's a 3-point victory for the Cyclones. Again, apologies. It was not supposed to be intended. Looks like we're gonna have another border issue here. Of course, what's new? So we're gonna have to make it, or not that small, but like that. We're gonna have to do our best. It's a little bit darker, but it's still gonna be tough to really notice, really distinguish. So we'll have a border. But man, that is another mistake made by me. So I almost got rid of Iowa when I shouldn't have. I think I would have noticed it when I got back to the wheel, which that would have sucked trying to having to redraw land. Well, no, I would have just controlled Z, but still, Ken, apologies. Oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, I'm not tired right now, so that's just a genuine mistake. But the Cyclones, not the Hawkeyes, and are moving on as the Northern Iowa Panthers are done after one. So Iowa State, they now expand their land north. They expanded south, and they will expand north. Well, no, kind of pretty much northeast. They still expanded. So congrats to them. Apologies once again to Iowa for almost erasing you and Iowa fans. Northwestern owns y'all, but yeah. There we go. And then we will make sure that we draw in the border here to just kind of separate like that. There we go. And we will make sure we kind of reinforce this border. There we go. Alrighty, so Iowa State moves on. Iowa moves on. Northern Iowa does not. They aren't even on here, looks like, so that's okay. Okay, next team. It's going to be East Tennessee State Buccaneers. That's an interesting team. I believe this big ET is them. But we're going to have to make sure. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yes, I use Twitch to record. It's an easy thing for me. It is, okay, so yeah. I don't like OBS. I've tried to record it before. If you look at my first ever episode video on my channel, that's an actual gaming channel, The Walking Dead Episode 1. OBS was absolute trash for that one. But it's also my inability to figure out how to run an OBS. Twitch is just better for me. But here's Eastern Tennessee. Where will they try to expand? West-northwest. Which, from the center of the logo, that is probably going to be just Tennessee, because if you go from the center logo, it's kind of like that. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's Tennessee. So Tennessee against Eastern Tennessee State. But East Tennessee State will get the home court advantage, assuming they are on here. They are against Tennessee. Wrong way. Here we go. Tennessee. There we go. Home court advantage for Tennessee. Or for Eastern Tennessee. But the Volunteers end up taking this one. It was close, but then East Tennessee got a lot of droughts. And that's how it usually is. They lost by 17. East Tennessee won twice in the 19 simulations that they ran. But Tennessee will move on, and they will expand their empire kind of into 3 different states. It's a weird place for East Tennessee to have. But this is too bright of an orange for me to have to draw a border. I can easily tell the difference between the two. Between Virginia Tech and Tennessee. This is a weird border though. I don't know why I had to draw that. There we go. Tennessee will survive. Eastern Tennessee, unfortunately, is done after one. And Tennessee, the Volunteers, they are starting to expand their empire, this time to the northeast. And that's how it's going to be for a lot of teams. It's not going to be like you have a giant land for a small school. You're probably going to have all the powerhouses coming away with land. So now Tennessee has an awkward land place. They have Virginia Tech in their way, and if Virginia Tech plays against Tennessee, and if there's a ton of land available in this region with Alabama, Tennessee, and Virginia Tech. That's the thing. But East Tennessee is gone. Apologies to those fans, and we will continue on our simulation. We have Tarleton, Texas. This is a new team that we have not yet had. I believe this is Tarleton right here, but we will double check. Tarleton State. Let me make sure this is in Texas. And it is. So yeah. Oh, hold on. That's Abilene Christian's logo. Tarleton is not in here. Okay. So Tarleton is not in here. We will get rid of them. Makes sense that the Texans wouldn't be on there, considering Rutgers will get another expansion, and I just noticed the Rice Owls are on here, so let me get rid of the Rice Owls. But we will also have to pay attention to Rutgers, because they are going to be playing again. So Rutgers, they've already expanded north. They have Villanova to their south. Will the Scarlet Knights be able to expand? They will go up against Villanova. So Villanova against Rutgers. This will be an interesting game. So one team will get the other team's land, and that's about both land masses are about the same. So it'll just pretty much double your land mass. So Rutgers. Here we go. And then Villanova. At the bottom. Villanova. Court advantage. Rutgers against Villanova. And who will win? And Villanova won by one. It was a last-second shot because Rutgers cannot make a basket for what seems like forever. And another Big Ten team school is off the board pretty early. So Villanova, they will expand up into this, I believe this is the New Jersey area. At the Scarlet Knights, they will fall to Villanova. And that is another Big Ten team that is leaving us pretty early. You still have a lot of teams in this area. But congratulations to Villanova. They're starting to expand their empire. Rutgers, they played with fire a little too much. And they will lose. Congratulations to Villanova. Their expansion will continue. Rutgers is done just like that. Yeah, with only one expansion. But this is a tough area for not only Big Ten schools, but for a lot of smaller schools. You have Villanova, which is a powerhouse. So Rutgers is gone. There we go. So Villanova moves on. The Scarlet Knights, they are done as well. So we got rid of a couple teams. There we go. Next team is going to be the Hoosiers of Indiana. Have they played yet? They have, that's right. They expanded into Illinois. They've actually expanded twice. Hey, Purdue is in play. Purdue is in play. Purdue, Butler, Miami of Ohio, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, Tennessee Tech, Western Kentucky, Marquette, and Eastern Illinois. That is a lot of teams that the Hoosiers can expand on. They'll be going southeast, so they'll go further southeast, which that is going to be Tennessee Tech. That's all. That's a ton of land that they could expand on. Or will another Big Ten team leave the tournament early? So the Hoosiers going up against Tennessee Tech. Home court advantage for the Hoosiers. And it is the Hoosiers picking up the win. So Tennessee Tech, they lost a lot of land. I believe they only expanded once, but wasn't that bad of a loss. A 10-point loss. 16 simulations. Tennessee Tech won one time, but they were unable to get that simulation win when they needed it most. So congratulations to the Hoosiers, and unfortunately for Tennessee Tech, they lost a lot of land, or they will lose all of their land. And this is a lot of land that Indiana will take control of. This is when it's going to start to get noticeable who could be the powerhouses in this league, in this Imperialism League. Congratulations to the Hoosiers. I expected the Hoosiers to win, but there you go. This does put a target on the Hoosiers' back. Because now they have a huge chunk of land that dips further south. Is this Alabama's region? Oh, we're going to have a border issue here. There we go. You'll draw in this border here. That way this team does not get mixed up. You'll make this one bigger. There we go. White and purple. It just looks amazing. There you go. So the Hoosiers, they do expand, but a big target on their back now. I'm butchering the borders that I just drew. But hey, doesn't matter because one team is going to get half of the United States, the other team is going to get the other half, and then one team will get the entirety of the entire United States, and we are going to draw the entirety of the entire United States, one color, whoever wins, and we're going to make the logo the biggest. And that will be who wins. Like I said, the winner of the final game, I will buy a T-shirt. I won't buy like a $5 T-shirt. I'll splurge a little bit. I'll pay some money for it. But there you go. Indiana, they expand. We're gonna keep their logo still there because I want to see them play against Purdue. But Tennessee Tech are eliminated. I don't know if Tennessee Tech is in the wheel. I believe they are because I think we landed on them once. No, they aren't. But okay. So we will do just one more spin. We'll see who will attack in this episode, and then we will call it. And it'll be Charleston. Charleston fighting Buccaneers. I'm gonna have to look up where they play. It might be this. That's Charleston. That should be down there. Not this. This. Charleston. College of Charleston. Let's look up the Charleston Buccaneers. Charleston Buccaneers. I just want to see what their logo is. So it's Charleston Southern, which is this. So this is them. They have awkward color of land. So we will spin the arrow. It will be going pretty much north, which is going to be South Carolina. So Charleston Southern against South Carolina. We will see if Charleston is even on here. They are. So Charleston Southern against South Carolina. I know South Carolina is on here. Find me. Here we go. South Carolina against Charleston Southern. Will Charleston Southern be able to pull off an upset? The answer is they do. Wow. That is surprising. They only ran 4 simulations. They won twice. They split the 4 simulations, but a 10-point victory. South Carolina, football-wise, I would expect this to be domination by South Carolina, but man, what a win. That is probably our upset of the video. We have one of those every video, but to get our upset of the video at the end on our last spin is pretty cool. So Charleston Southern will expand further into South Carolina. So our upset of the video is Charleston Southern beating or dethroning South Carolina. They only expanded south. So just like that, their run is done. Charleston Southern, they get a decent amount of land. This does make them more vulnerable to attacks, but they have a good chunk of land to fight for. So congratulations to Charleston Southern. For South Carolina, this has to be embarrassing. Lose to Charleston Southern. And again, Charleston Southern could be a good team in your life. I don't know. I didn't see their record when I looked up the team. Man, what a victory for to end this video. So once again, congratulations to Charleston Southern. As they will move on in their attack. So Charleston Southern, they survive, and South Carolina, the Gamecocks, are done. So with that, we will zoom out to kind of get our gauge of land. So as you can see, it is slowly turning into classic imperialism, where you'll start to notice teams are really taking control. A lot of land out here is taken control by multiple one teams, but this is a lot of land out here that is available to steal. Still have some Texas teams. Still have Hawaii. Hawaii has not been landed on. And let me make sure that Hawaii is in the wheel, because if Hawaii isn't, then we will add Hawaii. Hawaii is not, so we will add Hawaii. Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. That way they get their team added. So there we go. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. We still have a lot of land, and it is Alabama that's touching Tennessee and Indiana. But thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys take care. And peace.